Well, good afternoon, everybody. We are live from Defiance Ridge Vineyards, my dear friend Chuck Gillentine, and we're just laughing because Mama Jackie's here, and I was like, hang on, Mom, I got to go in the air. We got to stop talking for a second. We're just sharing some stories, kicking back, having fun, which is what that's really the whole premise of this. We want you to relax. Hopefully you're at home. Maybe you're with your family, maybe you're with your friends, and you can pick up a nice glass of wine. Maybe you're ready for a bourbon. In this crazy hot heat, Chuck, I don't know. They need something to hydrate.
This is not the wine you'd like to drink this time of year, but anyway, it's a great wine.
Yeah, we're going to showcase. This is a Zinfandel, and
Yes.
I put in the comments, I'm not talking white Zinfandel. There's a ton of people who don't know about, that still don't know that Zinfandel is not the white Zinfandel that you think it is. This is very, very different from white Zinfandel.
It's very, very different. It's very, very jammy, very yummy.
Very yummy. I like that.
And the grape has been around since the 1830s. So
what?
Yeah, it's like the third largest planting in California for red wine grapes. It's primarily a very hot weather grape, and it makes flavors of pepper, black fruit, cherries. Can be just delicious, and this one is.
And let me show this. We were talking about the new label. This is very new to Defiance Ridge. So this is the 1897. This is what we're going to feature for you today. If you're new to our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, we always show you different wines so that when you come here, you can say, I really was intrigued by that particular one you talked about. So this is 2022.
2022. It's from just north of Sonoma in Dry Creek Valley, which is hotter than a little further south, where the Russian River Valley is, and the days can get pretty intense.
Yep.
And they make. I think they have. It's probably 50% of the plantings in Dry Creek is Zinfandel, and Cabernet obviously, and then Chardonnay also.
So if you're just tuning in again, Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, we do at 4:00. Share the love. Let us know if you're home and if you have an opportunity. Hello, Sean. If you have an opportunity to grab a glass and join with us, let us know what you're drinking. As I always say, if you don't want a cocktail, have a mocktail. Just make something to sit back and enjoy, getting a little education and having some fun with us. So let's talk about this. You actually brought something up in the very beginning when I talked about how oppressively hot it is. I mean, dangerous hot. We're talking about heat indices near 110, 112. Yeah. So, but the thing is, for people like me and you who truly love red wine, you can still drink it.
Oh, sure.
Just don't stay outside in the 110 degree heat.
It's something to drink while you're in a cool room like this. And this is a wine that you really want to drink it. It goes great with barbecues and mostly pork.
Okay.
But when do you barbecue in the heat? So it's
people, they barbecue whether it's snowing or whether it's hot. They just run in and out.
One good thing about Zinfandel, it's not tannic.
Okay.
So you're not going to get that overbearing dryness tannic that you would get tannins from Cabernet and Merlot and Syrahs and things like that.
Well, this is sweet.
It is sweet. It's really these vines are some of these vines. This wine is from they're over 100-year-old. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Zinfandel bush, but it looks like an old, gnarly trunk. It doesn't grow like what you see in the vineyards here. They're little, stubby, really thick bushes, and they don't have wires in them. They're just planted, and the berries grow on the bush, and they pick them during harvest straight from the bushes.
Oh no, I have not.
And some of these vines can obviously be like a foot in diameter. They're that old, and prestige in this area, obviously.
Again, Kathleen, hello. How are you? Are you enjoying a glass of wine? What are you enjoying with us? This is the Zinfandel again. And I want to stress this for those of you that have never had a red Zin, so very different. I want you to introduce yourself to this, the 1897 label. When you come here, and maybe you're going to come for some of the music that we're going to tell you about, some great bands coming up for the rest of August that we'll be running down for you. Ask for this one. If they don't, Chuck, want to go out and do any kind of barbecuing because it's so hot, what other food would you pair with this?
I think, barbecue for sure, but pork.
Just stay inside and make the pork.
Yeah, let's see. The list says hard cheeses.
Hard cheeses, like what?
Cheddar mostly, but really hard, big hard cheeses. Turkey. Mm-hmm. I could see this with Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
And
It's got a kind of a cranberry taste to it.
well, cranberries is one of the things you can pair it with.
Oh, okay, then that
Cranberries
makes
and
sense.
carrot cake.
Oh wait,
Carrot cake.
Kathleen said she's actually drinking white Zinfandel.
Oh no. Well, that's
White
sweet.
Zinfandel to our Zinfandel, very different. Kathleen, you got to come here and see how different it is from white Zinfandel. So hard cheeses, again, cheddars. You can do some turkey. You can do some pork.
And bacon products, of course, being with pork.
Oh, candied bacon.
I will candied bacon be great with this.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Yeah, it would be. And the Zinfandel again is so fruity and so non-tannic that I wouldn't mind drinking this outside.
Yeah, okay. And then that was the other thing I was going to ask. So people who are new to doing reds, and again, maybe Kathleen's one of them. If you are more of a white wine drinker and you put your regular wine in a refrigerator, then they all of a sudden transition to red. What should reds be stored at?
56 degrees.
Did you all know that? These are all little education pieces because most people are like, oh, I thought it was supposed to be warm.
No, it's best to be stored mid-50s. That's what they all say. And you let the wine warm up to room temperature. But it's better when it's open cool.
Yes.
And let it get to room temperature.
Well, especially when we're talking about drinking in this crazy hot heat, you don't want that warm. And so it's funny because you go to Italian restaurants and you've got that old school Chianti sitting on the table. And when you drink your reds at the right temperature and you transition to that, I'm just like, ew.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's hard.
It is tough. And there's some Chiantis out there that you probably have drank and I've drank that can be tough. So
very, very bitter.
Very woody and
Yes.
And bitter. Yeah.
If you're tuning in, let us know where you're watching from. We are right now live on Facebook. We are on Instagram, X, and Rumble, and YouTube. So let us know where you're watching from, and let us know again, just like Kathleen did, what you're drinking on this Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. You and I were mentioning last time all the awards that you had won.
Yeah.
If anybody missed that show, you want to run through that again?
Sure. We won the best dry white wine in the state, our Traminette, Katie Traminette, double gold, but won the best dry white wine. Our Vidal Blanc won the best Vidal Blanc in the state. So it received a double gold, and our Chamberson Port, a dessert wine, won a gold medal. We registered 19 wines. We won 19 medals.
Look at that, 19 for 19.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. 13 silvers is which I'm very proud of because you're getting close to, going to the gold stage when you're at silver. We made 3 bronze, 13 silver, and 3 gold. So, it's we're every year we're getting a little better at what we do out here.
Well, obviously, you know what you're doing. You're doing it well. Everybody's watching the medal count right now with the Olympics. You're near them, by the way. They've got like 20 something. You got
That's
19, just from this particular year, by the way. So yes, we have had tons of new wines that we've been showing you over the last several weeks. So find the one that you like. When you go to their website, by the way, it's defianceridgevineyards.com. You can actually go through and see some of the wines. There's many more than what they're showing on the website, right?
36 wines.
Oh, wow. Really? And then you have a membership also, which we haven't talked about in the last several weeks.
Yeah, our wine club is we've got 300 plus members. It's a great program. If you use it 3 or 4 times a year, it pays for itself. You get 20% off of everything you purchase, and every time you come in, you do get a complimentary glass of wine. So it's people use it for reservation purposes because we get pretty crazy on those busy days, and
yes,
we try to make sure everybody gets here by noon on the weekends that has reservations.
Absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in and you're saying, hey, this is the first time I'm seeing them together, it is the 2022 Dry Creek 1897 Zinfandel that we're showing today. You mentioned that the history goes back to 1820 and mostly, again, grown in California. This is the Dry Creek, Sonoma area. It's a European varietal?
It is. It's got... a lot of people thought for years that it was an American grape, but when they did DNA, they brought it back to this grape in Italy, southern Italy. It's not a very well-known grape, and the DNA was a perfect match for it. And so it's somehow or another ended up, from what I understand, transporting over into the Boston area back in the 1700s and making its way to California somehow.
So
through some nursery or something.
don't you love to see how it all makes its way to us? I mean, again, this is the history and the education of wine. While you enjoy a glass, there's so many layers of what goes into it. Third most crushed wine grape in California. So what's one and two?
Well, California Chardonnays are 1 and 2.
Oh,
And then I'm sure Pinot Noir is close behind that.
yep.
Sauvignon Blanc, I'm sure. But Zinfandel if you've been to the Lodi area, it's probably
I love that area.
the by far the largest red grape in that area because of the heat and how it grew. But it's very, very jammy there. They make incredibly jammy wines. This is more balanced, and they say the Healdsburg area up in the Dry Creek that's where Zinfandel was first planted in California, was in that area.
Huh. So and when I took the first sip of it, I had mentioned that I thought it was sweeter than I thought it was going to be. I've had some Zinfandels that are much drier. This is considered, okay, that's what people might be asking. Is this considered a dry red?
Yes.
But it's also fruit forward.
It is.
So I know that's going to be confusing for some of you.
Yeah, it's rarely barrel oaked in anything that's new. So it's treated differently, and it's just a delicious wine. I'm sure the berries on this when they were picked were in the mid 20s, maybe 24, 25. It's a high alcohol wine. Zinfandel is normally 15.5 to 16%.
Really?
And it's right there, I think.
Oh yeah, yep, 16. That is much higher than probably.
They're the highest red.
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Alcohol.
Compare that to a cab. What's cabs?
Cabs they try to keep them below 15%.
Okay.
Because your taxes go up at 15.
You want to try this, Mama Jackie? Mama Jackie's here, by the way. Here, come say hi. Whereas, like when the family comes, Jim, help us set up somewhere. Stephanie, as I mentioned, not everybody always has to have a glass.
He's out in the hot sun.
Yeah, he's out in the hot sun, walking around, showing the property. If you don't want to have alcohol, have a mocktail. Or Stephanie says, I'm enjoying watching you two. I'm drinking Diet Ginger Ale Zero. Nice and refreshing. You need something refreshing on how hot it is. Debbie, hello, everyone. Wish I had a glass, or better yet, a bottle of Chardonnay right now. What's your favorite Chardonnay that you have
Very
here?
good.
Our current Chardonnay is also from Russian River. I think it's extremely good. It's not your over the top big Chardonnay, but it's got layers of creaminess to it, and it's really delicious. It's very food friendly.
Debbie, have you ever been out here? If not, you need to come. You and your hubby put this on the list. So we were talking about music and your staff here, which is phenomenal, by the way. You can hear maybe they're scooting some tables around. They're getting ready because you have a dinner here tonight, right?
Yes, we do. We're doing a dinner, and we're featuring some of our library wines. Several Vignoles, a couple Nortons, actually a 2015 Cabernet that you would love.
Oh, really?
It was made by Grant Long.
Oh,
so
yes.
you would love that, and champagne for the one course, and we've got about 65 people for it.
So if you don't know, they have these incredible farmhouse dinners, and I'm going to go through these next slides, and they've also got something really cool coming up in the next couple of weeks. You mentioned that you've been having some wonderful musical guests here, and we're going to go back to one of them in just a second, but you've got your summer concert series, Super Jam, coming up.
That's Friday night.
And then is it Richard Kilkin?
That's for the Saturday.
Okay. And so these are opportunities for you to come. Do they have to buy tickets for those?
No, Saturday
right?
and Sunday, no. The Friday night concerts, tickets are available online.
Okay.
They're either $5 or $10. It's according to what the band charges us. We pretty much just pass it along.
Okay. And again, go to defianceridgevineyards.com, and then on the top, click on calendar, and you can go through what I'm going to be showing you. So the Super Jam concert is going to be 4 to 9:30. That's on Friday. Richie, Kilkin Band. That's on Sunday from 1 to 4. And then we're going to go into next week, if you are a fan of Trixie Delight. That will be on Friday.
Friday night, yes.
And then Rock Opera, which I know there's a big following for Rock Opera.
They have a huge following.
And Rogers and Niehaus?
Roger and Niehaus are on Sunday. Next weekend the weather's supposed to be really nice.
Oh, good.
I saw a high of 80 and sunny, so that means we should have.
That's good
50s,
wine weather. So again, the Trixie Delight Band, that'll be August 9th. And then Rock Opera is Saturday the 10th from 1 to 4. Rogers and Neenhouse, that's Sunday from 1 to 4. And then we're going to go in. We're giving you kind of a rundown. If you want to look at your calendar and think, I've never been to Defiance Ridge, let me put some of these on the calendar. This is going to be Queens Boulevard. Again, Friday the 16th. Anita Rosamond and Friends is on Saturday. That'll be the 17th. And then Garden Party on the 18th. What kind of music for some of these that we've been running through? What kind of music are those?
Garden Party and Anita, they play old hits.
Okay.
And they're fun to listen to. Some of these bands I haven't heard, but all the Friday night band music has been incredible. I very, very impressed with what my son Trevor's pulled off on getting these bands here. And anyway, last week we were totally rocked out again, and this week should be also. We need some help for the rest of August. I think it's getting back close to school and people were doing things, but still, we hopefully will have a pretty good crowd.
Yeah, let's get, again, everybody, we always stress, support those that support us. Chuck's a dear friend of mine, and he's been a part of our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday series for the last several months. So grab some friends. Maybe it's a girlfriend day out. Maybe it's couples day out. You just get together with maybe some people from the office. I want you to mark this one down on your calendar. What you're seeing on top of the screen is Wednesday, August 21st. This is the August farmhouse dinner from 6 to 9. And do you see what is in that picture? That's Camus.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Well, they make some good wines there.
Yes, they do.
Mr. Wagner has been kind enough to send us a case of his 40th anniversary 2012 hit that was probably one of the best wines of the year that year. And they don't have a whole lot of it left, but we're going to pair it against the 50th anniversary wine, which is out now. And when I was out there a couple months ago, it was just wonderful tasting. The 2012 is just an amazing Cabernet, and the 50th, the one from last year it's got a ways to go, but it's also very young, so it'll be fun.
All right. So again, mark that one on your calendar. Tickets are still available for that, right?
Oh, yes.
That is Wednesday, the 21st, the August Farmhouse Dinner. If you're a Camus fan, put that on the calendar. And then we were showing the Big Rigs Friday, August 23rd, and then Trixie Delight. Now, is that one almost sold out?
No, we need some help on
okay?
that. That's a week from Friday.
Okay.
I think we're probably half full on it.
Okay. And then the last slide I'm going to show you is a very dear friend, actually both of them, great friends of mine. I always love to see Scott and Carl. They're going to be here on Sunday, August 25th. My mom's shaking her head.
They were here
They're
last
so funny,
Sunday.
right?
And they were
Carl's
last
a nut.
Sunday. Carl is a nut. And he's certifiably a nut.
And then
don't tell him I said that.
Platinum Rock Legends, I know they have a big following as well. They're going to be here Friday the 30th of August. And then Captain Bulkhead and the Portholes. I don't know them. What kind of music do they play?
They play old stuff, some old stuff, but just great music.
For some reason, it sounds like it's Jimmy Buffett-esque. Is it or no? No?
They may play some of his songs, but great singer, a great fun band to watch. A lot of fun.
This is good, Chuck.
Isn't it good?
I'm like almost done with my glass.
Yeah.
So Debbie just said, I'd love to be a wine taster. Dream come true. Yeah. No, I haven't been. Can't remember when I've been there. You need to definitely do that. Yes. Come on out. So that's the rundown of some of the great music that's coming up for you. Again, great dinners. As you start to transition, as you mentioned, I mean, time's going to fly. Kids are going back to school. We're going to start getting into fall. What are you excited about that's coming for the latter part of the year?
Well, we've got some still good farmhouse dinners. This fall is just crazy. We just stay on top of things daily. We have things going on every day. It's like 2/3 of our business is done in 10 weeks.
Wow.
And I mean, we've had a good year so far. We assume we've got grapes to be picked probably in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
We're ahead of schedule. I think this is maybe the earliest we've ever picked.
Really?
We had early bud break.
Mm-hmm.
No issues with weather. We've had rain, but so far things look great. And the vineyards that we are involved with, their sugar levels called bricks are already close to you could pick. So a brick will grow about 1 percentage point a week every 5 or 6 days.
So are we coming off of a good year? Was it a hard year? I mean, the thing that always affects their winemaking has to do with our climate, our weather, the soil, everything.
Early frost is usually the worst part of our business. And for some reason, we've been the last 2 years. There's been early frost, but we're just far enough east that it's been just a bit warmer that we weren't hit like some of the other wineries that are in the in the Ozark, the Herman area,
Mhm.
and this and that. So it's been a good year growing.
Good.
We've had periodic rains that like the last couple of days downpours, but as long as they're not like gully washers, they dry out. We have to spray to keep the grapes from molding, but they look really good right now.
Well, that's awesome to see. So when people come here, besides obviously enjoying your great wines and the food and the music, if they wanted to do any kind of touring, do you do that?
Yeah, we do it. Murph, our winemaker, does tours. I decided years ago to let the winemaker do the tour, and he loves to do it. He's always asking, "Do I have a tour?" So call and give him a tour.
Yes, and maybe
he's fantastic at doing it. You'll love every moment of it.
and maybe grab one of his shirts
Yep.
because Murph has become he's very popular here. If you haven't been, I'm going to show you the video. Who put this video together for you? Because it's really well done.
I forget. We need to update it though. It's been around a long time.
Because you've expanded and grown.
Yeah, in fact, the drone stuff my oldest son did, and that's my youngest son that was just holding the tray. But we put this together, I think maybe 3 to 4 years ago.
It's well done. And again, you can see all the fun that people have here. I love the old house. If you want to sit around there, if you want to sit outside, there's a great place inside as where we are right now, by the way, where they're going. Where are you holding the farmhouse center in here?
Right here.
That's why they're setting up behind us. We're not going to get in their way. But before we wrap up, Chuck and I were talking about someone who was just here.
She's become, tell us that story.
Yeah, she's become a very dear friend of not only myself, but Chuck got a surprise before she performed here of private little concerts that we did for all of you, but it was a way for him to hear her for the first time. And then she performed here, and now we're super excited. We're talking about the wonderful Ruby Lee, and she's standing outside of the Grand Ole Opry because she is going to be performing there on Friday.
That's amazing.
She was invited. Now, did you see what she posted about a day or two ago where she was standing outside of the Grand Ole Opry when she was 9 years old?
No, I did not. I just heard her new single,
which we're going to talk about.
And it's a beautiful song.
Yeah, you said you've listened to it, what, about 10 times?
Yeah, well, I think we did listen to it about 10 times.
Yeah. So it is on all of the streaming platforms right now. And if you haven't heard it, it is called Love's Like a Rose. I was just listening to it a little bit. I'm going to listen to it as we drive in the car. But the story is that she, at the age of 9, wanted so badly to perform at the Grand Ole Opry where all of the greats have played. And the great thing is, I mean, she's only 17 years old, but she's such an old soul. And she loves all the music from decades ago. Those are her true heroes and her mentors. Well, I've been personal training her.
Yes, I do.
Okay, she has lost 12 pounds.
Oh, good for her.
But she was on course to lose anywhere from 15 to 20, but she was made to stop. You want to know why?
Because they wanted to see her originally, or
no? She has a custom suit that's being made for her, and the seamstress said, "You can't lose any more weight because I can't turn this around." So she's like, "What? Well, you got to be kidding me!" So when I checked in with her yesterday, she and her sister said, "We are maintaining, but they're so excited with how far they've come that they can't wait to come back after the Opry and to lose more and to just really get healthy." Yeah.
Well, knowing her father, what I know of him,
yes.
I'm sure he taught her a lot of stuff when she was young too.
Absolutely.
He's really into it.
Well, the whole family, I mean, their support of her is just phenomenal. Have you all had a chance to see her, by the way? If you haven't, is anybody driving down to Nashville to support her? I hope so. I'm so sad that I can't make it down there. But I told her, I said, this isn't the only time you'll be playing there. I guarantee you'll be invited back. Well, especially now that I've only heard about a minute and a half of it, but Chuck's listened to her single, which is an original off of her new album that just came out on Monday. And I got chills as soon as I heard it.
Yeah, me too.
And I mean, to the level of, wow, Chuck had mentioned he loved the layering.
Oh, it's just a beautiful written song. And her voice just goes all over the place. And It's typical her, the way she changes her style of singing.
Yep.
It's just beautiful.
Loves Like a Rose, out right now on all streaming platforms. And then be sure to keep an eye to her page, by the way, because I know they'll be posting a ton of pictures and videos leading up to Friday. She's going to be doing an original and she's going to be doing a cover song. So there's 2 songs that she'll be performing.
Wow.
And she's like, Monica, hopefully they'll invite me back and then you'll have to come again. And I'm like, I will be there then. Yes.
I think if she sings this song, she'll blow it away. It's just beautiful.
Well, and that's the thing I told you. I've only heard a minute and a half of it, and right away I thought, oh, I can hear this on the radio,
It's
right
a song you can listen to over and over again.
Yes, Luann said Ruby Lee's new song is fabulous. Yes, if you all haven't heard it. So that's funny. So if you're listening to that song like Chuck has 10 times, what wine would you pair with Loves Like a Rose?
Well, it's got to be a rosé, of course.
Right? Absolutely.
That was a good one.
Okay, so once again, if you're just tuning in, I know a lot of you just jumped on late. Let me show you this one more time. This is the 2022, the 1897 label, their newer label of Dry Creek Zinfandel. And again, although it is considered a dry red, you're going to have a lot of jammy fruit forwardness to it. Pair it with pork, turkey, harder cheeses like cheddar. We talked about some maybe candied bacon. I think would be phenomenal.
Barbecue, especially.
Yes.
That's it's kind of like it kind of reminds me of a Norton a little bit, just because of spiciness, and Nortons are always paired with barbecue foods. But this is over the top. This is a beautiful wine.
You liked it, Mom?
Yeah.
I'm going to save a little bit for Jim. So as we mentioned, fall will be here before you know it. And that's, of course, my absolute favorite time. I just always think, right, fall is the greatest time to drink red wines. I love the fashion, love football, love everything about just the temperature. And just everybody seems to be in a better mood, I swear, in the fall, don't they?
Yep.
And I mentioned on the air this morning, which is not a good list for us to be on, but Missouri is on the list of having the most aggressive drivers that were angry out there driving, right underneath California.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, we got to get off that list.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to drive into town anymore. Not very often, anyway.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I know it was, but I'm thinking that maybe it depends on seasonal. Like when it's hot out, people are not in the best moods. Maybe in the fall, they're a little bit better. So we'll be in the fall, by the way, in the next couple of months. It looks good. They said, yes, it does look good. So check this out. It's defianceridgevineyards.com. Again, go to the website, click on the calendar to run down and see all of the music acts that we talked about. You know, I want to go into September because I know that we had mentioned Genuine, which I have had a chance to see. They're wonderful. Borderline, and then you'll see Rogers and Neathouse. So some of these are coming back. There's a farmhouse dinner featuring Tony's Family Farms. That's in September.
Tony was over.
Oh, Tony was over our shoulder
earlier. Yeah.
Are there any that are getting a lot of attention that are biscuits and gravy? What's that?
We
don't
have
know?
a lot of new bands this year. You know, we're trying to, do some
mix it up a little bit.
Mix it up, trade some, better bands maybe, and just Proud Larry's good. The guys liked them when they were here a couple weeks ago.
What kind of music are they?
Again, they play a little bit of
rock
everything.
Or everything?
A little rock, a little bit of everything.
Proud Larry, not Mary, but Proud Larry will be here on October 13th. How many of you love to listen to Charles Glenn at the Blues games? Well, the Charles Glenn duo, if you've never seen him, what a big personality and
Another
big voice.
Great voice.
Oh, he's incredible.
Voice.
He'll be here on October 12th. And Billy Joel tribute. Oh, that sounds fun. That's going to be in November, on November 2nd. That will be fantastic. Again, you can see all of these. This was earlier in the year. This opportunity for you, again, is on the calendar section of DefianceRidgeVineyards.com. You can find out all about them. If you've never been here, it's time for you to get here. Oh, Stephanie said Minnesota has bad drivers. Yes, I think they were on the list too. They were on the top 10 list as well. A bunch of you just jumped on. Right? It is. We just have to be. So I said it this morning. They need to do the zipper effect. You know what that is? So I used to talk about this when I did traffic. So if you're coming along and someone's trying to come over, you let them merge like a zipper. And then one at a time, it fills in the zipper. That's the easiest way. That's called being kind.
You got to be a kind driver. I mean, you should.
Let me ask you this. When someone does let you over, do you wave?
I have.
That's that's etiquette.
Yeah, no, it is etiquette. Yep.
Right? I think you taught me that, Mom. The problem is all of us have dimmed windows that they can't see you doing it, so I wave outside the window.
But, don't get mad. Just wave at people.
Say thanks.
I mean, if someone screws up, you just live with it and wave at them.
Yeah, just, again, be nice, folks. That's the biggest thing that we always
I'm sure they didn't mean to. So
no.
that's the
Absolutely. For those of you, let's see. Red Zins from Dry Creek are one of our favorites. Cheers. Johanna, so have you heard of this place called Adventure Unknown?
I have not.
Johanna and her husband Scott own this. It's this cool place you would love. You and your wife need to come with me and Jim. Actually, are you free next Thursday?
I don't know.
Check with Michelle.
I think I am.
And see if you are, because I'm going to be broadcasting live from their place from 4:30 to 6 next Thursday. You walk into the place, and first of all, it's in like this warehouse area of Fenton, off of Fenn Park. You walk in and you have no idea what you're getting ready to walk into. I'm going to show you this. So a little plug real quick for where we're going to be. This is the inside.
Wow.
They've got a speakeasy. They've got this like cigar area. So it
Jim doesn't like that.
Oh no, not at all. It's like if you want to go in and just be social. It's a club. So it's a membership club where people join. And
I've heard of this.
You have heard of it?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
See, so Adventure Unknown. We're going to showcase it because it's called Adventure Unknown. Whether they travel together, they're social together. It's a kind of commingling business area where St. Louis's driven spirits find their tribe. So if you want to go there, you should showcase some of your wines there. They have pickleball. They have ping pong. And then look at this.
That's
if you want,
cool.
This is a conference room.
Wow.
So people that want to have meetings and come together and not hold meetings from their house, again, when you're a part of it. So I'm going to be there. If you're free, I'd love to see you out there. And all of you from 4:30 to 6 next Thursday. So check with Michelle and see if you're free.
I think there's something that may be going on at the Black River next weekend. Not for me, but for her.
But for her?
So, yeah.
Well,
we're headed down there tomorrow, in fact.
We'll have to get you. Oh my gosh, it's going to be hot again tomorrow.
Yeah, but we're staying in
the air conditioning
rooms.
Good. Let's say this, because this is just a warning to everybody. You were out mowing today. You were going to try to do it earlier, but that didn't. Best laid plans didn't happen.
Well, it takes about 15 hours a week to mow this property, and I only got about 7.5 hours in this week. So.
Oh my gosh.
So I may have to call on somebody to
help out because you're leaving
to help out Friday, because I don't want to come back to all this.
Oh my gosh, no. Unlike my husband, please tell me you have a riding lawnmower.
I do.
Okay, good. Would you talk him into one?
Oh,
he pushes.
Oh,
an acre and a half.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's.
Well, I can remember those days, but I have a little strip at the lake that's straight downhill. I use a push mower.
Well, yeah.
But it's
otherwise you go straight into the lake. Oh,
it's
yes,
electric,
yes.
And it's.
I don't mean like old school push mower, but it's still he's not on a riding.
Oh, I have a Ferris 72-inch monster.
Look,
and it goes like 10 miles an hour. And it zooms.
He's out there walking the property. He likes to be out in the heat. He likes the South. So we're going to try and talk him into it. But for all of you that are doing outside work, we'll just end with this. Please be safe. Take care of yourself. Be careful. And then reward yourself with a wonderful glass of wine from Defiance Ridge Vineyards. Cheers to you. The Red Zinfandel again, 2022. For those of you that said you've had it, I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. Come out here, find the wine that works best for you. And just again, enjoy time and company, because in the end, the thing that matters most in life is time spent with friends. That's what people remember about you, right?
That is true.
There's a lot of things you might accumulate in your life, but it's not the things necessarily that you buy someone that they remember. It's, do you remember when we were at Defiance Ridge and we cracked up and we saw this great band and we had some great wine and had some wonderful food? That's what they remember. All right, everybody. Hope you've had a great afternoon. We appreciate you taking some time with us this afternoon on Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We'll be back in 2 weeks and we'll be featuring another new wine for you. And we'd love to see you out here. When you come out, do me a favor, email me and let me know what you've enjoyed most, who you've enjoyed seeing most, all those fun things. Thanks, Chuck.
I'm glad you had a good trip to Cabo.
Thank you. I love it. Chuck Dillentine again from Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And to all of you, have a fabulous afternoon. Cheers to you, and remember to be kind.